everyone, I am back again with another video tutorial for you guys. This week, it kind of lines up with me having to clean up quite a bit. So this week I'm going to show you guys how I clean my makeup brushes, and it's mostly because it's just time. So I figured, whatever, I got to do it anyway. Why not share with you guys how I do it? This is a really easy, cheap way to do it. It's really effective, and like I said, cheap. So a couple of things that you're gonna need. All right, you're gonna need a cup to wash your brushes in. Okay, you're gonna need some dish soap. I really recommend Dawn dish soap. I mean, this stuff is just amazing. I swear by this. I mean, any dish soap will do. Try not to get the scented ones. Just because, I mean, unless you want your face to smell like green apple, but I just get the plain blue Dawn dish soap, because it cleans everything. All right. And then you're going to need vinegar. Plain white vinegar is probably best, but I mean, you can use like apple cider vinegar or whatever. Don't use balsamic vinegar. I probably shouldn't have to tell you that, but just in case, don't use that. That's a bad idea. Then the next thing you're going to need is some hot water, not boiling, okay, because it's not good for your brushes, but hot, like tap water hot. And then you're going to need a towel. So, first thing you're going to do is you're going to get your cup ready, all right, with a little bit of hot water, all right. And like I said, just tap water is fine, because you don't want it to like fry your brushes. Come on, get hot. You were just hot like 2 minutes ago. It might take a while. Why are you being difficult? You were just hot. I washed my face with you. There we go. Okay, and you only want to fill the cup about maybe a third of the way up. Okay, and then you're going to take a little bit of dish soap. All right, you don't need a ton, just a little bit, like maybe, I don't know, if you measure it, I think maybe like half a tablespoon, something like that. All right, maybe more depending on how dirty your brushes are. Mine are pretty gross right now. I really need to clean them. All right, and then you're going to take your vinegar. All right, and again, not a ton, but a little bit. All right. And the reason I use vinegar is because it's antibacterial, so it'll sanitize your brushes on the cheap. Okay, so then you're going to take your brushes, all right, in the water, all right, and just kind of swirl it around, all right, and you can already see a whole bunch of stuff is coming off. It's pretty gross, all right, so I just swirl it around for, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds. Just every now and then I, pull the brush out and check it and see if all the goo is coming off like I want it to. All right. And then come over here with me. Okay. Will it stay? It might stay. Okay. Then you take it and in the hot water, rinse it out. Okay, let me see. All right, sometimes I like pat it on the bottom of the sink here, but just rinse it out in the hot water. Stay! And then I switch to cold water because you're gonna have to touch it. You don't want to like burn your hands. All right, and then real gently squeeze out the water. Okay, and then you're gonna take on your towel, all right, just real gently. Oh, of course you're in here because I'm doing something. What's up?
Where's Vero?
I don't know where the kitty is right now. Okay, just kind of rub the brush on the towel and that'll get some of the excess water off. All right, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna shape it back into like a general brush shape. Your fluffy ones, they're not gonna get like fluffy again until they're fully dry, but it's okay if they're squished down while they're drying. And then You're going to lay it flat to dry. If you have like a thing to hang it so that they're upside down, that's perfect. I don't. So I tend to just lay them flat on a towel or what have you. So there we go. Stay. And then repeat. Couple of things I'm going to say is that you're going to have to change your water frequently depending on how nasty your brushes are. Mine are pretty gross, so I'm going to have to do this quite a bit. But you can use it until it's pretty grody, and it'll still clean your brushes, and you know, you're going to rinse them and everything. I will say, don't use a ton of vinegar because the vinegar smell lingers. So for the first couple of times that you use your brushes after this, it's going to smell like vinegar. All right, and if you're not okay with that, use like a real small amount of vinegar. But I definitely recommend using the vinegar because it will, it'll sanitize your brushes for you. And then, what was the other thing I was going to tell you guys? Oh, foundation brushes and concealer brushes. A lot of times those, because it's used with like cream type makeup, you know, stuff like this, it sticks to the brushes. So I would recommend first taking this and putting a little bit of just the dish soap on here, and then with a little bit of warm water, just running it over your hand with just the soap and a little bit of water, and then rinse it, and then use your cleaning solution, because the cream makeups are a little harder to break up on the brushes. So for like my concealer brush and my foundation brush, because I use liquid foundation, it gets so much more out if you use just the dish soap first. You don't really have to do that with like powder brushes. If you're like your eye brushes, and like your powder, your blush, those brushes, I mean, you can, but it's not necessary to do it with those. But if you're using any sort of like liquid makeup, or if you've done like wet eyeshadow, I recommend using just the dish soap first and then the cleaning solution, because it'll break everything up much better. And then the last thing is, when you're squeezing out the water in your brushes, be real careful, because the thing is that the bristles, they will come out. I don't know if you can see, but my foundation brush, I squeezed too hard and some of the bristles popped up a little. They were actually down further. So when you're squeezing the water out of your brushes, don't squeeze and pull, just like squeeze up the brush. Don't squeeze and like slide the water off, because you'll rip the bristles out of your brush and then you'll have to replace them much faster. So don't do that. And then one more thing. I thought that was the last thing. There's one more thing. You want to do this at least once a week. I've been lazy and I haven't done mine in a little while. But you want to do this at least once a week, because it's going to, one, make your brushes last a lot longer, and two, bacteria will get into your brushes no matter what you do. So the more often you clean them, the cleaner they'll stay. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to do it every day unless you're a total germaphobe, which I'm very clearly not. But definitely once a week. And, you know, like I said earlier, this is a really cheap way to do it. I mean, the dish soap costs like that big thing that I got cost maybe $3. And then, you know, vinegar is wicked cheap. You can go to the dollar store and get vinegar, and, you know, it's all kind of the same. So it's a really cheap way to clean your brushes and make sure that, you know, they're relatively sanitized and they stay clean for a while. So thank you guys for watching. I'm glad that I could share this with you guys. Please like and share my videos around. I am trying to get started as a professional makeup artist. So share my videos, get my name out there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow my Facebook page, and tell all your friends about me, because the more my name gets out there, the better chance I have of actually getting to be a professional. So please like and share, and if you'd like to make a donation to getting me to school, you can do so at my PayPal. There is a link in both the video description and my profile on Facebook to do that. They're not necessary. Donations are absolutely appreciated, but they are not necessary. My videos will remain free no matter what, because I love you guys and I love doing this. But any little bit helps, because I really want to go to school for this. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next week for another tutorial.